Hi, I'm Jenny Robertson, founder of the On Purpose Woman Global Community and founder and publisher of On Purpose Woman magazine. I'm here to share the speaker portion of our Connections Over Coffee. Actually, tonight it's Connections After Hours gathering of our On Purpose Woman Global Community. Karen Tasto is speaking on taking care of your soul in times of crisis. Karen has been holding a sacred space for women to journey towards their whole selves for almost 20 years. Beginning as a yoga and meditation teacher and currently as a certified life coach and a women's circle facilitator, she is dedicated to supporting women in their quest to feel more alive, connected, and whole. And you can learn more about her work at karentasto.com. And that link to Karen's website is also in the text for this video. So Karen, thank you for being here. Welcome. You're on.
Thank you, Jenny. I'm so delighted to be here with you and with these beautiful ladies. So I want to talk to you about soul care today. And it's a phrase that I just only recently came across in someone else's work. And I realized that that is what I've been doing all along. And what I have been helping women with is their soul care. So let me just explain first the difference between self-care and soul care. So we're all really super familiar with self-care, right? We hear it all over the media, every forum we come across. To me, and it might be something different to you, but to me, self-care is all the more outer things that we need to do to take care of ourselves. Eating healthy, eating right, exercising, taking care of our cardiovascular, our physical health. It's taking care of ourselves with preventative care. So seeing the doctors when we need to see the doctors, when we're sick, tending to ourselves, resting or whatever it is we need. So all those things that have to do with more of our physical body, our more outer self, our outer world. It might be how we manage our time and things like that, and social time. How much socialization we get. So all those to me are self-care. So then, what is soul care? And to me, soul care is a deeper level of care. It's tending to our emotional selves, our spiritual selves. It's tending to the part of us that just that just needs some tending. It feels more tender, more vulnerable, right? And so that's how I see it. And you may see it differently, but this is what I pretty much help the women in my coaching business and certainly in my women's circles. So let me go through just kind of some ideas of what soul care is. And I invite you to, as I list them, and I actually heard more when, we were in the breakout room, that sparked new ones for me that I hadn't thought of, but that I'm like, oh yeah, I do that too. So let me go through them. And when you think of yourself in crisis mode, so maybe go back, if you're not in a crisis now or a stressful time, go back to a period when you were. Maybe it was just last week or last month or last year or 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Think of those times and consider which did you tend to turn to or which did you let slide? Because we're human, and that is certainly, like, when we're in crisis, it's so hard, to hold on to these and to remember we're human and we forget. So let's be compassionate with ourselves as you reflect on these. So tending to our inner children, our little ones within, to me is soul care. Tending to them at whatever age with love and care, letting them know that they're safe and loved and that you're there for them. So mothering, or inner fathering, if you will. To me, soul care is reaching out to my trusted circles. For me, I have my circles of women, my sisterhood. So to me, that is where I go to for my soul care, my soul, what I call my soul family, because my family of origin, my birth family, is not necessarily people that I can go to. It's also allowing all my expression, all my emotions to express themselves, not stuffing down my feelings or not dismissing them. If you're in a crisis or stress, of course, everything is coming up, right? I know for me, when I have been the rage, the grief, you're going maybe through loss. So really allowing space for them and letting all the emotions and that they belong, and welcoming them, as hard as that is. So again, remember, which ones do you tend to let slide, and which of these do you feel like you could grow into? And you might just make a mark of those, and just for your own observation. So to me, soul care is also creatively expressing. So it might just be, I love to, I do what's called process painting, mindfulness painting. It's like basically throwing tempera paint on a piece of paper on the wall and just letting my emotions out through that. Or it could be expressing myself in writing, or whatever, creativity is to you and what speaks to your soul. It can also be, soul care is certainly right up there, connecting spiritually, whatever that is for you, your higher power, your higher self, the highest aspect of yourself. So giving your time, we're probably, the women here are really practiced in normal times to have our spiritual practices, our meditation, our prayer, our silence, our walks in nature, right? But can you turn to those when things are really, really hard, when so much is being asked of you? Can you? Do you? Soul care is even tuning into your inner wisdom, which will, if time allows, we'll have a moment to do that today. Tuning into your inner wisdom and what is here, asking your soul, your higher aspect, or spirit, your angels, your guides, whatever they are, whatever yours is. What is this? What is it about this? What do I need to know? What do I need to do? So in listening, you might call it intuition, listening and following through. Certainly in crises, listening is so, so important. It's also opening up to simply receive, right? How many of us receive when, if friends, loved ones, soul sisters see you in crisis, in need, are you willing and open to receive their help? Or maybe it's simply a hug, a virtual hug, or a real hug, or a check-in. Can you receive that love from them? It might even be engaging, taking moments out in nature, or seeing the signs and synchronicities that spirit is bringing you in those moments of crisis, and just wow, just being are you kidding me? That kind of moment. So, and also balancing, to me, soul care is balancing the feminine aspects of ourselves with the masculine. So can you do that in times of crisis? Can you let go of your to-do list and those pressing needs and give yourself some time to simply receive and allow what's there to come up. So those are just some of the things that I see as soul care. I'd love it if you want to I put in the chat what soul care is to you. It's different for everyone, right? What is soul care to you, especially in those stressful times? So you're welcome to share that. Or in the comments of the Facebook, share what is soul care to you? So while those are coming in, just if you could put them in the chat, is silence. Yes, thank you. Yes, music, listening to music, playing music, whatever way you engage with music. So beautiful. What speaks to your soul? What does your soul need when times are especially hard? And it's our level of soul care when times are good and easy that will determine our resilience in really difficult, challenging times. So I'm seeing mantra practice, connection to people whom I love and who love me too. Oh, yes. Writing, singing, collage, prayer, meditation, walk, fast, then more slowly, adding prayers. I love it. While looking around. Yes, the gardens and creatures. Thank you. That was wonderful. So determines our resilience when things are really hard and helps us navigate through those. So it's going to be a matter of like questioning, will we suffer through with our thoughts and like, I can't burden anyone and reach out. I hate to bring anyone else down, do you get mired in those kind of thoughts, heavier thoughts? Or do you simply reach out for support and a helping hand? So I just quickly, I had such a stressful last year, 2022, going into 2023, was incredibly challenging for me. Huge amount of stress every day. It was navigating my mom with dementia and figuring out her care with siblings who were very disagreeable and challenging to be with and to communicate with. And it asked so much of me. There were moments where I just broke, I had collapse and breakdowns, and and I didn't see it until after, later on, as things settled and we got my mom, and with the care that she needed, and that I was able to look back and I was like, okay, like I really did, like it was hard, but I really did pull into my soul care practices. I had times where I just, I beat myself up. I was really not, I let my boundaries slide, I went into huge self-doubt, and yet it was my soul care, that was so ingrained in me that helped me to, I wasn't there long. I was able to pull myself up. And then I was able to respond to every situation because it was literally daily, something new was coming up. So I was able to less react and more respond from a more grounded center place. So, yeah. So I would like to, I'm just reading. Great, I love it. We're still sharing practices that help me feel soul-centered, feeling belief in myself that I can handle life. Oh, I love that. Thank you. Yes. Walking in the woods, just listening to see what universe delivers to me as a message. Yes. So that listening. Yes. Beautiful. So Would you like to go into a short meditation? Yes? Okay. All right. Okay. So let's do that. It would be great if you had pen and paper. So just have those ready, have a blank page open with your pen so you can write freely if you feel called. So when you're ready, get comfortable in your seat, leaning back in your chair, maybe uncrossing the ankles or knees so your feet are flat on the floor if that's possible. Muting yourself if you're not. Thank you.
Yeah, other way.
And I invite you to close your eyes, or if that doesn't feel comfortable, simply soften your gaze down and taking your awareness within. Feel the soles of your feet on the floor, connecting to Mama Earth. And allow some deep breath to arise from deep in the belly. Deep, smooth inhale through the nose. And then exhale, maybe with the mouth open, with a sigh, a letting go breath. And another deep breath, feeling that connection down through the soles of your feet. Drawing breath through the belly, expanding the rib cage and the lungs, and then exhale through the mouth, slowly and long. Beautiful. And then in your mind's eye, with your imagination, bring it into the center of your heart. And just let yourself land here in the center of your heart, of your chest. Breathe in and out of the heart. Breathing in, I am here. Breathing out, I am safe. Breathing in, I am loved. Breathing out, I allow. Now see at the center of your chest, of your heart center, a beautiful lit up spiral. And see yourself through this life-size spiral walking along its outermost path. Beautiful path along this spiral shape. And as you walk the outer circles, you're leaving your outer world aside. Each cycle around the spiral, setting aside more and more from your outer world. You might see images or people, and just knowing that they'll be there when you come back out. Walking around and around the loops until you reach the innermost loop, drawing you closer and closer within and to the very center of you, your innermost self, yourself at soul level, the highest aspect of you. And see here a beautiful shining white light as you enter this portal of your heart. Breathe. Notice how you feel here, to your most centered self. Yourself as soul. You might see or hear or simply know. Breathe. Now, asking this part of you, from this part, what my soul wants me to know is. What my soul wants me to know is. I invite you with your eyes still soft, a soft, soft gaze, barely open, just enough to see pen and paper. Respond, let your soul respond to this prompt. What my soul wants me to know right now is. And just allow, without editing, pen to paper, what wants to be expressed. What wisdom does your soul have for you? I'll leave you in silence for a minute. Trust and allow whatever is meant to be here. If you're not receiving now, trust that you'll receive later, maybe in your dream world or in the shower. You might leave space for this. If you'd like to go back to it, to go on to this prompt. What my soul is calling me towards is. What is your soul calling you to do, or way of being? And what's one baby step that you can take towards this? Whatever your soul is calling you towards. What's one little baby action step you could take in the next days? And take a deep breath. And just close your eyes another moment. Or just keep your gaze down. And we'll walk back out with a deep breath, walking back out through the white light, through the spiral, making your way back to the outer loops of the spiral, back into your physical body, your feet on the floor. Another deep breath and open your eyes. So you're welcome to share if you feel called to in the chat what you received, or after we wrap up here. But I want to just invite you, if this was something that spoke to you, to reach out to me for a complimentary chat. And I would love to help you get clear on your own soul care, what it is you desire for it, what is in the way, what blocks it, and how I might help you to bridge that gap. So I've put the link in the chat. You might have to scroll up a little bit. I'll put it there again to schedule, or you're welcome to call, reach out by phone or email. Happy to talk with you to schedule that and to talk with you. So I'm Karen Tasto of Open Heart Healing, and it's been such a divine pleasure to be with you today. And thank you for listening and for all that you shared as well. Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you, Karen. And I would like to ask everyone here with us to unmute yourselves real quick, unmute yourselves, and let's give Karen our applause and our yays and all of that. So
Lovely.
thank you, Karen. And I want to thank anyone who's watching this live or watching the replay. If you'd like to join us for one of our 9 free Zoom gatherings a month, or an in-person in Columbia, Maryland, Richmond, Virginia, or Tallahassee, Florida, comment below, and I'll tell you how to do that. Or you can also go to my website, opwgc.com, and find out all about our community. And that information, again, along with Karen's website information, is in the text of this video. Thanks for watching, everyone.